Yo, what's up, guys? It's Ben Scarborough, and I'm sitting here in the studio post Tekken 7 match with No Eyes. Everybody?
Yeah.
Everybody? He's here. You see him here.
Yeah, I made it.
He made it. So, if you guys are just tuning in, this is part 2 of a video series that we have just jumped off. The first part was a Tekken 7 match, and you can click right up here to see that video if you guys are interested. A little bit of background for everybody who's just tuning in. The first time I met No Eyes, I was here at Third Eye. It was 2013.
Yeah.
Right? Or somewhere about maybe the summer.
Yeah. It was around 2013. Yeah, during the summer. Yeah, that is right.
And I was just told that I was going to film a DJ set. And here at the warehouse, and that he was going to be DJing off of a Game Boy, which, you know, being a gamer, piqued my interest. And I'll put the footage on the screen. Check this out. This is what it looked like. This was shot in Third Eye Collective Studios at the time. And do you remember what exactly did you have on the table that day besides the Game Boy? You had like a mixer.
So I had these like little MIDI controllers called the Novation Nocturne, and I would utilize like that. Then I had my Game Boy, and at that time, I didn't really know how to do like any of like the MIDI and stuff that I have now, like on this Game Boy. And plus, that Game Boy wasn't backlit like all nice like how this one is.
Oh yeah, show us off that Game Boy real quick. Wow.
Yeah, but what's so sad right now is I usually use this cart called Nanoloop, which is like my favorite software to write music on with the Game Boy. But sadly, like my Nanoloop is finally RIP'd.
It bit the dust?
Yeah.
What do you think's going on with it?
I think I'm hoping that it is probably just bad contacts.
Right.
Because it's still the Game Boy's still trying to read the cart. I know it's not the Game Boy because I've popped in multiple carts and they all work flawlessly. So sadly, I think it's probably this, but I'm just going to order a new one, and you guys will get to hear more crazy Nanoloop, in the mix once again soon. So
what other modifications does this Game Boy have?
So what's really dope about it, so other than that, it has a Pro Sound mod, which is, so whenever you're listening to like audio and stuff, I guess in the, chiptune community, like most people, they get that mod. So when you plug in like 35 millimeter, it just has more of like a crisper, like cleaner sound.
Okay.
Than just like what the regular Game Boy, normally pulls out. Then also I can charge it via USB because there's a USB battery in there. But what's even doper about this? Well, I say USB battery, but sorry, I mean just like a rechargeable battery.
Yeah.
But then like what's so dope about that too is this USB also is modded, so anything MIDI coming through it, I can let it read like any MIDI device. So I can use like BeatStep Pros and like all sorts of other different MIDI controllers with this Game Boy.
Okay.
Which is pretty ridiculous. I really wish I would have brought like all that stuff so I could like, show you guys.
Okay.
But maybe next time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So, but I love this thing. It's crazy because like what people used to do though is they used to kind of use like the link cable and stuff.
Okay.
It's like what people thought would be like the way to go. But the data transfer rate, like this versus like, USB is just...
Yeah, no comparison.
Exactly. But it's still pretty cool what this old device made in like 1984 can like do. So,
since we've seen each other last, what has been going on? I keep seeing you all over the internet now in different social circles and different musical groups. Tell what's been going on?
Yeah, so a lot, I guess. Yeah, so I guess like where I could probably start would be, I mean, like since then, I got sponsored by like Moog, like I got onto this record label called Never Normal, and that has like, it's like me, like Susie Analog. We have like an artist called like J Words, like Ziggy, Heavy from like Tech Life also, and like DJ Earl from Tech Life, and it's just like and that's like even more people too. But it's just really amazing like what we're getting to do. And literally we like did a showcase in New York during last summer, and pretty much what was so dope about it, like literally Vogue randomly came out and they saw like what we did. Then they asked Susie to do like a zine with it, so we did a whole entire zine and they threw it up on the Vogue main page, and that was
Vogue.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that was like pretty ridiculous. I'm sitting there just like, wow, my geeky ass is in Vogue right now. Okay, yeah, let's do this. So then, yeah, that shit was like really fucking dope. But yeah,
did you get to meet anyone that you thought that maybe you wouldn't get a chance to meet ever?
So via that article, not necessarily, truthfully, because I guess with like what we're doing musically and everything, we've been already meeting people. Then also my Moog sponsorship kind of, yeah, I'm getting to meet. I mean, but with the Moog sponsorship, that's a different story. So I got to meet like 2 members from Tribe Called Quest, which that I never thought I'd get to do, but that's just because I got to play Moog Fest also last year.
Right.
So I ended up meeting like all sorts of different people, like KRS-One even, and
the teacher.
Yeah. And just all these like different musicians that I just thought like, oh, I'll never meet any of those people in my lifetime. But it'd just be kind of cool just to like, you know, it was ridiculous to get to even interact with those people. And then also just like how open-minded everyone was and like nice, actually. I was pretty amazed like at that time, because sometimes you do get to meet, you know, like your idols or pop stars, and they're just kind of not the people that you would, you know, wish they were. But
right, there are no heroes or whatever.
Yeah, but then I got very lucky. I mean, so yeah, I'm very, very happy with like the people that I definitely met. Yeah.
So Moog as a company, it's like super old, right?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Like 50s, 60s.
Yeah, like around like 60s, really, more so.
So and so like a company like that is multiple decades old probably goes through several transformations as technology increases with music,
right? Oh, definitely, yeah.
Do you know what the Moog then versus Moog now is like?
So it's kind of funny. So like if you think about it, because I guess like for me, I really got onto their newer stuff. So whenever I'm thinking about like their older stuff, with like all the with like Bob Moog and making like all the modular synthesis and everything, where you had like the big crazy things where you could like, you know, patch things in and out
like a telephone operator.
Exactly. So pretty much, yeah. So like, you know, with like that technology and everything, it's like that literally changed the whole entire industry musically and everything, with like how people think about like synthesizers and how they can like really work. So it's kind of crazy to have that. Then I feel like either in the 80s, 90s, they kind of fell off a little bit from like what a lot of people say, and I've like told and kind of tell me. And then they kind of like struggled a lot because they're kind of trying to make these like synthesizers that they're great synthesizers, and then make really cool pedals and stuff. But then I feel like a lot of the market at that time just really, there's like Roland and all these other companies that came out in Korg that just kind of, and a lot of it was just kind of monosynths. Then after that, they kind of started making just all sorts of really amazing cool stuff and doing their festival and things like that. And I felt like people really started to like respect them even more, and it just threw them back on the map. And then now you have the Moog of today, where they're mixing like MIDI with like the modular, and it's just ridiculous. You can like, the possibilities are endless. And they also came out with like the Moog 1, and that is just
that's
ridiculous.
What you were telling me about.
Yeah,
right?
It's like a new polysynth, and literally Moog for the most part was making, you know, monosynth, like monosynthesis type of like, you know, synthesizers and whatnot. And literally it's just ridiculous. Like, yeah, because there's like a dope video and everything. But yeah, I mean, shit, we should probably, you know, take a road trip and check it out and like actually play with it.
Yeah,
that would be, you know, a dope idea.
Moog HQ. Where are they located?
They're located in Nashville, like North Carolina. So
really,
yeah.
Oh, that's definitely within driving distance.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So we're pretty close to it. Yeah. So.
And you've been up there and everything?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
What's their campus like?
Oh man,
is it futuristic?
It's really cool because it just feels like you're getting to chill with like all these like just synth geeks that are just really love what they do. But everyone is so nice and laid back, versus like sometimes you go to places like that and it gets very pretentious. It, like, instead of it feeling like a Guitar Center or something where you're just like have some kid trying to sell you stuff and like annoy you and you just want to run away.
Yeah,
it's more like I'm like, wow, I'm in, you know, synthesis heaven, just getting to try out and play anything that I want. That's what else is so cool about it. and then everyone there will actually just try to teach you stuff.
Okay.
Even if you're just like a regular person, or even if you're like, you know, sponsored and doing whatever with the actual company, they're just such a good company. Usually, like, I don't really like, you know, like, I'm not trying to be like, oh yeah, this is a sponsor me video by Moog or some BS, but it's just like, the truth is they actually are just a really good company. So I can definitely give them that. Yeah. So
shout out to Moog. You've been billed as a DJ,
yeah,
but you're also a musician.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm glad you know, are like really asking me that. So like literally, so like a lot of people, they think of like producers as just DJs sometimes, but it's like literally a lot of us, we're using many different instruments and like different things to actually make our music versus just, you know, click and play on a computer and then it just magically makes your music. It's very funny when people think like that, but literally it's like, yeah, I mean, I'm using like, you know, everything from like a Game Boy to like old synthesizers to guitars to my own voice to like screaming, like maybe some cat, you know, screeching at you to like distorted things, etc., all to kind of make the music that I make and whatnot. And then after that, it's like whenever I play it live, I have like different MIDI controllers that I use and everything now, so I can play like live drums and everything and really give the audience like a live experience versus you go out and watch, you know, like other artists, they'll just kind of play, you know, sometimes they will just be like a DJ. So I could understand, you know, why people feel that way too. So, but a lot of us, yeah, we actually are making our own music and we actually play it live too. Like the whole entire process. Yeah.
So like what's your history of recorded music been like that you've released?
Oh man.
Chronologically, like,
so we want to talk about the project I'm currently doing now or just
sure,
in general?
Sure.
So like with the project I'm currently doing now, like I did like a lot of self releases at first, and actually whenever I met you back in 2013 was whenever I was kind of first starting, kind of trying to figure out like the mesh between like doing that and like my older project that I went by at the time, like Nintendo Power Club. I was kind of mixing both things together, and like Nintendo Power Club was more like straight chiptune stuff, while No Eyes, the project that I'm doing now, was kind of more of like, I really just wanted to kind of do this like electronic music, but do it in the way that, you know, I could actually feel it, I guess. So,
okay.
Which was kind of like really dark and weird and deep, or whatever, deep if you want to put it that way. But
deep like a Navy SEAL.
I guess it was. I mean, it's like, you know, a lot of things that like I felt in life or whatever. But yeah, and like I mean, and it still is that way. I mean, it's just always about like my life whenever I make musics. But what's like so crazy is just like how much I've gotten better at doing production and really figuring out that it's not just like about using like a DAW or whatever. It's more like you can use like everything around you, and you can still use that DAW to actually help record it. So yeah, but with all that said, it's just like, yeah, I mean, when I first started like recording stuff, it was like all kind of self-released. Then I kind of joined this like one label. I'm not gonna even like just like give the label that much
Bad
credit
blood.
because I ended up having to self-release something anyway, like after all that mess. Then ended up meeting like some of the best friends I've ever had, like all the, like the tech like all the Tech Life crew and everything like that, and they really kind of like opened my mind up more musically and stuff, other than like my brother like early on and stuff like that, just like hanging out with him and just listening to like different music. But even like, you know, but then later on, like meeting them just kind of really helped out a lot. Then that's how I end up, you know, being like in Never Normal and stuff. And now it's like the music that I'm like about to like release very soon, like now, is gonna be like, it's just like more, I feel like it's just harder hidden and crazier and like what I really exactly like how I feel versus the other stuff. It was like really hard for me to really translate the way that I felt. So now I feel like I'm like, you know, at that point. So
good.
Yeah.
Your influencers over the years, who are some of the people that influenced you in the beginning versus who are kind of like you're picking the brain of now?
Okay, so now that's an extremely good question. So especially whenever it came to like electronic music, like Aphex Twin, is like easily the
status.
big like the go-to, because like whenever I was even like a little kid, like my brother had some friends, like we all skated together and stuff. He's like, oh my god, you have to hear this just Come to Daddy song, blah blah blah. So then I heard that, I'm like, this is the craziest thing I've ever heard or have seen in my life. And that video like scared the crap out of me as like a kid. And then like after that, I ended up listening to more of the Aphex Twin catalog, and I was like, it'd be dope if I could ever figure out how to make anything that's even similar to this. Then I heard this artist called Goldie at that time too, and Goldie did stuff with Bjork, because I was a big fan of like Bjork, because my brother actually had this like Bjork CD and I stole it from him. I mean, yeah, I'm sorry, Lamar, but yeah, I stole that from you. And then I started listening to it, and it changed like my life. Like literally, like just having Bjork will change your life.
I agree.
Then so I was listening to that. Then after I figured out there's this artist named like Goldie that makes all this crazy like jungle and drum and bass music. And I'm at that time I kind of knew what that was, but I really didn't grasp and really know what that was. I mean, because it was in like Wipeout and like PlayStation games and stuff.
Okay.
But I just didn't really grasp what it was at that time. But then I heard Goldie and I listened to this song called Inner City Life, and it just, I mean, I was like done. Like I was like, this is ridiculous that music like that existed, you know, to me at the time. Then I would definitely say like truthfully like all, cause like after that, like I had this like other friend in like middle school, and his name was like Jared, and he kind of like got me on to like, I got him into like all this like bad pop punk and stuff at that time, because I was also, even though I was listening to like all that stuff, I was still listening to like pop punk and stuff like that, because I skated, so I got him into like Blink-182 or some really cheesy stuff, but it was great because he got me into all these like mixtapes that like 3-6 Mafia and all the Tennessee people were making at that time. And then I remember it was like, gosh, it's like called Ghost Production, like Ghost something Productions. It was this like cassette tape he had. We popped it in. I'll say, I'm just like, all right, what is this music? And then it was like the craziest, most trilled out, like awesome shit I've ever heard at that time. I'm like, whoa. Then I ended up getting into that stuff too. And then that, it's funny because I still kind of mix stuff in this weird way where it has that feel a little bit with inside my music, but it's still so fast paced because of all the other music that like I listen to and like enjoy. But then I would say like influence wise, yeah, those are like my main influences. But then also like a lot of hardcore and punk whenever I was like growing up too. So that kind of gets thrown in there also. It's just so many different influences. That's why it's like really hard. But then I'd say like currently, I would say like bigger things that I wouldn't say really influenced me, but things that I just like to listen to because of what they do. Like there's this artist called Igloo Ghost, and wow, like it's just so punchy, choppy, glitchy, everything, but like really cohesive and just amazing. And then like my friend like Elevation is like murderous, and then like my friend Jeremy that goes by 10th Letter, his shit is amazing. Like you have to check that out.
10th Letter,
so good. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I mean, because truthfully it's just like a lot of like my friends, we all kind of influence each other because we listen to similar music. Then there's stuff that we're listening to that other friends don't listen to. And then like there's like a bunch of J-pop bands that I like that I would say that are like newer that I like too, because there's like one called Getsu Kim Nome, I think that's how you say it. Sorry if I butcher your guy's name because I'm not Japanese like that, but it's literally some of the best J-pop I've ever heard. It's like, because like it's not just like catchy poppy J-pop, it's really mathy and like just intelligent music still. So I'm just sitting there like, this is I thought pop music was supposed to be like, you know, very linear, and this is just not that at all. And
okay.
I'm like that's nice. So yeah, but I'll definitely say, yeah, that kind of explains all those influences. I know that's a lot in a handful, but I kind of, you know, try to summarize it as much as I could, because if I really went in, we'd be here for like days.
Okay.
So that's the reason. Yeah, but I kind of summarize it to like the ones that I felt like would make the most sense, that yeah, you could really grasp onto, and the ones that really affected like me and my childhood. Yeah. So
yeah. Are you currently playing through any video games right now?
Oh yeah.
in your downtime?
In my downtime, it's funny. So cause I know like everyone's already played this game a million times, but Cuphead.
Oh yeah.
I've been kind of getting into it because it's just like really aggressively hard and stuff. And then also I've been playing like revisiting Phantasy Star 2, like the old school Sega one. Yeah.
Oh nice.
Well, I guess Sega Master System. I think it might have been on.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that game is so actually deep and very dense, and like the characters have like, you know, an actual like they feel like people versus sometimes you play like Final Fantasies. Like, sadly it's a good example. You go to a town, they're like, oh, go north and see the forest, define the red key, and that's it. I'm like, that's all you're here for, and that's that's the only thing you're gonna ever say for the rest of your life, is to go inside some forest and find some key over and over again. Well, it's like Phantasy Star, like you talk to certain characters and they have like dialogue. I'm like, this game is old, and it has better dialogue than games that were newer on like newer systems. I'm so confused. But yeah, that's
Sega had a lot to prove back then. You know, they were like, they didn't have Final Fantasy for the Genesis, and so they needed to like, you know, really show their ass, I guess, so to speak. So that makes a lot of sense. And I actually never got into the Phantasy Star games, but you recommend it if it's JRPG time?
I mean, yeah, I definitely do. I'd say like I think it's like the third one that's kind of horrible, but but all the other ones are pretty good actually. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I will take that into account. Yeah. And I definitely think that we should take that road trip up to Moog.
Yeah.
And like vlog the whole thing, you know what I mean?
Exactly. That would be dope, yeah.
If you guys want to check out that adventure, we will pretty much be vlogging the entire trip. And so you're going to need to subscribe to his YouTube channel in order to keep up with those updates.
Yeah, because if you don't, I mean, you're just going to miss out. Just saying.
It's going to be lit, fam, times 10.
I mean, you know, if you get lit, you get lit. But I mean, I guess people still say lit.
At least we're not dabbing in this motherfucker, you know.
Oh god.
So yeah, that's it, guys. If you want to see more of No Eyes, go ahead and let everyone know where they can find you on the internet.
Yeah, you can find me on SoundCloud, Spotify. Like, I don't have Hulu, YouTube, pretty much almost everywhere on the internet, truthfully.
Okay.
But I would say, like, most of the updates are going to be, I mean, yeah, that's hard. I guess most of the updates will probably just be on most of, like, social media, but Instagram and, like, Facebook will probably be, like, the two that you can just see everything. But Instagram is, like, really good because I always post, like, videos, and it's more of, like, an in-depth personal look on me. And then YouTube also. Okay. And then SoundCloud, and then Spotify. Yeah. Okay. So I guess those four, but there's just so many social media things, obviously. So yeah.
All of his links will be in the video description. If you guys are looking for a little bit of musical genius in your day-to-day, definitely click on those links and listen to your boy No Eyes, because you know you stuck in traffic. You know you need this in your life. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit like and subscribe to Third Eye Collective for more amazing content. We're going to get out of here. It was a blast hanging out with everybody. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.